You know, as a group, I mean, there's always things you can correct. You know what I mean? There's always things that you see that you can correct. The biggest thing I wanted to see was guys playing together, okay? Because we're shuffling guys around, trying to find the best five, and play with effort and toughness. You know what I mean? And we talk a lot as an offensive line. You got to be smart, tough, and dependable. And we're not going to stop talking about that because we have to be that. And our effort and toughness have to always be there. And that to play O-line, that's the key. So that was the biggest thing that I wanted to see. We had flashes of it. There's flashes where it wasn't, you know. And so where there wasn't the flashes, we got to get that caught up to speed.
I want to ask you, right tackle, John Campbell, Kylan, is that a big battle right now, or do you have one sort of?
We've got, you know, I think when you guys see stuff, sometimes I think you see it from one angle. We got a lot of guys we're shuffling. I got to find the five best. So there's a lot of moving parts right now, and we got some guys that are battling, they're competing, but we're trying to find the five best.
What have been your thoughts on just Corey coming back off the injury in the spring and such a critical position? How's he started camp?
It's been good. It's been good. You know, he gives us what he can every time, and I always appreciate that. And so I think that, you know, that's a positive with him and playing with effort and toughness. You know, and he is showing that, and he wants to take on a leadership role within that room, and need him to keep embracing that.
Have you coached many 18, 19-year-olds like Zion Nelson before?
I will say this. I was fortunate. I was the tight end coach at Central Michigan when Eric Fisher was there, and I was fortunate enough to see him. So I would say there is a close you know, Zion's not him. You know what I mean? That was the first pick of the draft. So
Right.
I guess the answer. Make it simple, I have.
I guess what are maybe what's impressed you most about him? I know obviously put on a ton of weight, but the whole growth process over the last few months.
Yeah, I mean, he's a kid that first off, he's been playing with effort and toughness is number one. Number two, he's got good athleticism and good length, and you know, that's a premium for a tackle.
On this team, you know, on the defensive line, Todd Stroud says they want to play 10 guys in a game. The offensive line in the past several years has been like basically the starter stays in the whole game. What's sort of your philosophy? Is there enough depth here where you can maybe get the starter some rest, or what do you sort of see for this coming year with these guys?
Well, you have to have a certain amount of guys that you feel comfortable with going into each game, but you want the continuity of five guys. You know what I'm saying? And so, on the same token, if there is a situation where you feel like maybe you could rotate a guy in at a spot just because that gives him some game reps, and so, you know, if you do have adversity or you do have injury or whatever else, they already got some game reps in.
But I mean, so you have the depth. You feel you have enough depth to do that, to bring a guy in. There won't be a drop off. That's what I'm basically asking.
I don't know that I can answer that yet, but ideally that's what I'd like to. You're asking me philosophically, so I answered from a philosophical preference.
Okay.
We've heard a lot of recruits. I know you can't talk about recruits specifically, but kind of praise you. What's been kind of your approach when dealing with young guys at the high school age? When you talk, what's kind of your message to them? Because they seem to love you. You know.
I am who I am. That's all I am who I am. I just be myself.
Okay.
With DJ Scaife, he said that he's been rotating guard and tackle. With where you guys were going to fit him in, do you look at like where his strongest point is, or does it depend on his teammates on how they're coming along, or how do you view maybe the best spot for DJ?
Well, I think with all the guys, so I'll answer your specific question, but I'll answer it for all the guys, is yes, I want to be able to put them in their best position, but I also have to find the five best that work together, because at the end of the day, our offensive line has to be connected, and we have to be as one. So we could say this, or this, but if I got these five guys and they have great chemistry and they're connected and they can work as one, we got a way better chance as an offensive line to be successful. So I have to sort through that. We have to sort through that as a staff to piece that together.
Coach, does it
Last
matter
question.
at all as far as, I know you're going to say no, but who the quarterback is? Does chemistry change at all? The center snap, anything?
No.
No, can you elaborate on that at all?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's about us. Our communication.
Right.
It starts with us as our communication.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.